Hey, what is up guys, it's your boy Tway here, and this will be a video, new patch, and wow, there are some things to cover right now, so let's get straight into it. First off, we got a nice batch of costumes, and I checked them out in game. They look quite ferocious, but since there's a downtime, because yeah, the game is quite sponsored by Why Are You Running right now, so yeah, this is looking straight fire. So first off, we got Shakme in the building. Now you have to beat 9.5 the world tree, and then you can get yourself through the Angina desert to the part of the shadow of Angina. Now this starts off like a big story quest, really good, and the moment you complete it, you will get yourself a 100 stacks to kill this guy. Now the normal phase is just 5 waves consecutively of killing a lot of monsters, including Shakme at the very end. And if you complete one of these, you will gain a 1% up on this. Once you got 100%, you will be qualified to counter Otherworldly Darkness Shakme, and the rewards will significantly increase. Now for the 100 points that you get 5 each day. So if you wait 20 days, you will get 100%. Now, currently, there is an event where you can buy an additional 100. So it is possible to get a artifact on the very first day. Now, let's look over to some rewards. Now, I won't go over how this mode is actually working yet. I will go over the rewards since I will be making an in-depth guide on how to actually do this properly. So first off, we got ourselves so many otherworldly fragments from first clear rewards, but if you go over the 5th one, you can get more of them. Now the interesting part is you can get unique weapons and unique treasure fragments from this, meaning that you can get 50 up to 60 of them each day if you want to. It really depends on what your preferences are. But now the Otherworldly Darkness Shakme, this is crazy. Like, the first clear is ridiculous, but if you do it more than that, you get 100 each day, and you can get up to 1.5 times a unique weapon and 1.5 times a unique treasure, or you can get 140 brilliant ethers. So that is a 19 to 20 in a big run. So that if you do it 4 times, you can basically get like a 5th time of enhancing it. So that is really crazy, as well as you get otherworldly fragments. Now these are all choices that you can make, but let me just show you the artifacts. They are absolutely crazy. So first off is the otherworldly sword, and this is basically chase in a weapon, and believe me or not, this is probably one of the best artifacts that you can ever put on chase if you want him to do damage. So what it says, consumes 4% of the current HP, and it disables a lifesteal. That's what Chase does. So will he still be healing? Yes. All of the other guys in the whole roster will not. Nice. But it will increase the damage dealt by 0.5% and crit damage by 0.5% times 50. Okay, so on a 0-star, it's equal to Book of the Mad 3-star, or if you would then count the crit damage, maybe even a 4-star. If you can get this one to a 1-star, is 0.6 for what I remember. Or wait, no, it goes up to 60 here. So that means it is a Book of the Mad 4-star. If you get it to 2-star, it is a Book of the Mad 5-star plus. That's just a 2-star. That is absolutely insane. Now, as for the next one, the Otherworldly Helm. What this basically does, it increases HP by 20%, will raise up to 50, and if you take damage 3 times, it will reduce damage dealt to heroes. PvP! Onto self and to enemies with the highest attack of 50%. So let's put this on a healer. You will still be healing, because what you do is you reduce the damage dealt to heroes. You don't reduce your own attack. Damage dealt to heroes for 5 seconds. And it's not only just once. This can happen multiple times in a fight if you are working in a long fight. So is this thing absolutely broken? Yes, because this 50% attack will increase. And I'm not even sure how much. I thought it was like 75%. But that is absolutely ridiculous. Now the other one is, I would say, a little bit of a gimmick, but definitely viable as well. So at the beginning of the first battle, 10 seconds, you gain a what is called a buff for 5 seconds. Great. After 5 seconds, if it is still active, it will dispel yourself and you will not be taking as much damage because there's a damage reduction effect. Awesome. Now this goes up to 50%. Awesome. But if it does get dispelled, now think about Kane that dispels most of the enemy team. So will this counter him? Let's see. Dispels enemies in 5 seconds, 2 random enemies. Okay. And it knocks them away. Okay. And it reduces their mana by 800. What? So I know that this factor is going up by a lot. I think it's 1.5, which is like almost, it's 1.5 bar, or maybe it was even 2. I cannot remember correctly. But it means that when you hit a Loman shield with this, when you hit a Dozarda S2 with this, the knockdown will still occur. That will be super interesting because it first dispels and then knocks him away. That's how I would read it. And funny fact is, for the whales, Lewis artifact tickets will allow you to get this stuff. So you don't even have to play the game. You got to pay. Oh, that is a lot. So to gain Zara, what you need to do is do these episodes. You will gain her for free. Currently, she is probably one of the most broken characters on paper. I will go over her in a special video. What I will go over is a part of her kit that I think is interesting. So one of the things that I thought was really interesting is the T4 Dark. At the beginning of every battle, enters darkened awakened state and becomes unable to do blah blah blah. Okay, so this is Eclipse Bonanza. What it also said, which wasn't in the previous one, that onto the S1, it hits to a random enemy and circular range of the target. So that means she is not only single target damage, she is somewhat AoE. So could she be good at Eclipse? I think so. Supposedly what I heard is she is able to do Trial of Flow on a 0-star weapon and Trial of Flow not 5, not 6, but 7. It will probably depend on who your supporters are, but having that on a 0-star weapon is ridiculous. Right? Ridiculous. Now, as for the unique treasures, I am not sure which one is the best yet. I still have to go into her. Now, another thing that I need to note is the new League of Honor skins. This is Papa Ricardo, the Grandpappy. Now, people said Nyx was coming out, but looking at this, this looks quite fire. Imagine getting stomped by this. That's ridiculous. And he's a PvP character, so I love that. Lilian. Now, I looked at this and I thought to myself, isn't this looking like the old stuff? But I really probably will have to go into it a little bit more to see whether it's any different. But Kersey, she's looking straight fire. Now, if the crystals aren't red anymore, they turn blue. And with the current buffs that she received, she is an absolute monster. She became enormous. Oh man, this is absolutely crazy. You also get new headpieces, and I honestly like them more than what we've received in a previous League of Honor. So am I looking forward to this? Yes. And now to one of the biggest changes. Now, I've checked this into the game, and it is absolutely crazy. With the new mission rewards, I've seen so many unique weapons, unique treasures coming out, rubies that were coming out. For newer players, it's absolutely amazing to get your first gears super easy just by doing all of these achievements. It's mind-blowing. So there's a list of what you will potentially get. It's 1 soulstone ticket, some soulstone fragments, some brilliant ethers. Oh, it's about 600. If my Celine doesn't get plus 20, I'm gonna hit somebody. Just saying. Unique weapons. Oh, you just get 7. Oh, unique treasure tickets. Oh, you just get 5. Oh, and you get many rubies. I've seen that. Crystal Powders, Robots artifact tickets. You get some T tickets. Oh, we get T3 tickets on Hero Suppression, Protection, and Dark Legion. Oh, what? Unique weapon fragments. Yeah, because we are not having enough for just this, right? But you get even more. So that is absolutely crazy. Some monthly Orville stuff that came out. A bug fix here and there. And they said they corrected some damage over at Lacrel and Tearfus in Guild Conquest. So that is practically what we're looking at. I'm going over this into my streams, and make sure to tune in. Hope you guys enjoyed this so far, but for now, this is Twit. Peace!